But this one is such a customer favorite because it's so pretty. I love the little lattice detail on the sides, all the way down. And this is 6-tiered. So this one's a nice, tall, about 66 inches. I'm 5'9", and I'm in about 4-inch heels today. So the size is great. The elegance that they bring into a space, whether it's a living room, an office, a bedroom, a kitchen. I mean, wherever you need a little bit of vertical storage, this is always an answer. But this one in particular, and having this on sale today is a really special thing. These sell like hotcakes on the website without airtime, without any sale or without any promos with shipping. We've reduced the shipping on these, and they are here for you on that 5th flex. So it's only a little more than $20. We've got black, we have the platinum, which is this metallic silver. The white is very, very popular. Then we've got the metallic gold, which is so pretty. And then the vintage bronze, which we love because it blends so beautifully with a lot of the woods that we have in our homes. And like all the origami shelves, no assembly required. It literally comes straight out of the box. You will put this together naturally. That's why origami, which is the Japanese word for the art of folding, it is the most wonderful thing because there's not a screwdriver or a tool included because you don't need it. We'll show you how that works, but I'd love to introduce Lou Caputo to the show today so we can talk about, out of all the origami shelves, Lou, way at the top of the list for most of us.
Yeah. Well, this is a particular rack that we've been selling for a really long time. Like, I launched this, I want to say about 12, no, not 12 years ago, maybe about 9 years ago, okay? It's one of the first departures in the origami line away from the storage racks, the very industrial ones that we're used to. Yeah, so when the customer said, can we have something that's a little more decorator friendly, something's going to look a little bit nicer in our house, we came up with this guy right here. And they put some really interesting features into this. First of all, the footprint on this is awesome. The shelves are about 2 feet across. They're about 10¼ inches deep. So it's going to fit in a lot more spaces within your house. Believe it or not, you're getting 12 linear feet of storage on this because each one of these shelves is 2 feet and there's 6 of them. Speaking of which, when you look at this the way I've got it standing here right now, I've actually got what we call the leveling feet on the bottom. And these are the kind of feet where you can just twist the bottom of them to raise and lower a corner to keep it nice and level when you've got it in your home, all right? If you put the feet on these, you can go up to the weight limit of 50 pounds per shelf, which is a total of 300 pounds that you can put on here. Without the feet, though, okay, let's say you got a perfectly level, like I have a tile floor in here that's pretty much level. I could go without the feet if I wanted to. I could go up to 70 pounds per shelf for a total of 420 pounds. And the reason you can do that is because these shelves are made of powder-coated steel. Now, if I break this one down, and by the way, 3 words, no assembly required, okay? If I fold this up just by doing this, you can see how slim this is, how little space this is going to take up. So if you don't have it out all the time, you can easily put this away. A couple of features on this worth mentioning. If you look at the shelves right here, you're going to notice they're perforated, okay? That's for airflow and water flow. And also, because most of our shelves are wire, we didn't want your small tchotchkes and little things falling through here. So that's why they did that. And then, Callie, the last thing I want you to notice is when I open this up, and setting this up is easy. There's one little origami toggle on the back I've got to do. The shelf flips over, and there's one latch back here. This right here. Lattice work on the shelves. Why? It's a bookshelf. You don't want the books to fall off. That's why we did that.
It's true. I mean, ultimately, bookshelves are what we use them for a lot. But then there's so many other options. I mean, you can see, I mean, it looks fantastic. And that's, I love the fact you can use origami in any room and you can change your mind 1 month to another, or 1 year to another, or one house to another. You're not leaving any shelving behind. You're taking it with you and then using it wherever you need it. Just to give you a heads up, those perforated shelves, I'm glad you mentioned that. So if you like to put, a lot of us in the summer or the fall, you want to put your herbs out here and water them, the water just flows through so it doesn't create any condensation. But you're right about even picture frames, the tchotchkes as we like to call them, things that don't, you know, fall through the cracks. These are great for even if you've got a bedroom and you don't have quite enough closet space, but you want to put it in the room and house your, like my shoes and my handbags, or things that, you know, you just don't have drawer space for. They are so nice. By the way, these, we don't even have 1,000 of any one of these color choices. So I'm gonna go through the fact we have bronze, the vintage bronze. This is your metallic gold, white, metallic silver, and the black. They're also powder-coated steel. Let's talk about that. These don't ding or dent or rust or warp or bow or bow. They are made to last a lifetime.
No, they really are. And that's the thing about powder coating too. It's not paint, okay? When you paint something, it's very easy to scratch it off after it's dried. Powder coating is actually bonded to the metal using an electrical charge. So these are going to last for years and years and years. And the other thing you don't have to worry about is a lot of folks like to, maybe put some shelving in their bathroom because they don't have a linen closet. If you were to put particle board or even plastic in a bathroom, you're either going to have it fall apart from the humidity or it's going to mildew, okay? Not going to happen with powder coated steel. And that's why these are so versatile. You can use them in so many places where you wouldn't even think about putting on things. Really, the other thing is the weight capacities on this. I mean, you're talking about those leveling feet going up to 300 pounds. If I've ever seen a wooden bookshelf where I could put 300 pounds on it, that you can't do. And then the whole thing about watering plants on these, I used to have this dream that one day I would live in a beautiful high-rise penthouse, and I'd have this balcony overlooking the bay, and I would have my plants on a shelf there because you got to have a little bit of foliage, a little bit of green with you, right? This is a perfect use for that as well, to put it out on that patio. But if you look at the way you can decorate these, I mean, think about this. This is a steel shelf, okay? My wife Kelly decorated one that I've got here next to me at home, and all the different things. Look how beautiful this is. You would never look at this and think this is industrial shelving. It looks absolutely gorgeous. And this right here is an expensive geode. It's a little slice of a geode, but it's on a stand that has little tiny, balls for feet. On a regular origami shelf, that would fall right through. Okay, there's no two ways about it. But because of the perforated shelves, look how amazing all this looks. For books, for your kitchen electrics, you can use it like this just for decor. So many ways you can use these, but at the end of the day, this is the big deal right here, guys, is that you can take this, even after you put it together, after it's been quote unquote built, and just fold it down like that. Store it, take it with you, and then when you need to set it up again, and when you get it home for the first time, I just did it.
There it is.
That was it. That was the whole process.
That's it.
I hope you didn't blink.
It's like seconds of a process. That's why it just feels so good. There's nothing worse than like, oh my gosh, add another thing to the list of the to-dos for the weekend. I mean, we work hard enough. We've got enough chores to do. The last thing I want to do is put together a 400-piece, anything. This is a brilliant product. It is so well received. You guys, once everybody gets an origami shelf of any kind, you come back for more because they really just serve a purpose. For me, by the way, really quickly, I just wanted to let you know the vintage bronze, this is the most limited. It usually is one of our more popular, and I think we've got now less than 300 in the vintage bronze, followed by the next most limited, less than 400 in the metallic silver. Just putting that out there because these sell like crazy. Lou, I was just gonna share that one of my things, I guess you could call it a quirk, but I do like to rearrange my furniture every once in a while. Instead of like buying something new or getting rid of a couch, I'm like, let's try it over there. And then it comes home and I come home and it just feels like I've gone shopping. But the point I'm making is that these then become fillers. You can use them anywhere, like anywhere, living rooms, bathrooms. I mean, how many of us don't have enough space in a bathroom or a powder room where you need to put your towels, you need to put your soaps, your candles, anywhere you need a little space filler, this is the one. And 6 tiers. So this stands 66 inches tall, and you said 2 feet in length, right? The shelves are 2 feet long?
Yeah. Yeah, the shelves are about 2 feet long right there. And that's how we come up with 12 linear feet of storage on these. But I mean, Kelly, who doesn't have that little 2-foot footprint available in their home? You know what I mean? So you can use these in a variety of spaces where maybe a traditional shelf wouldn't work, And quite frankly, I'm not going to go out and spend the money for a wooden or a particle board shelf that I would for this. I'd pay this much, probably more, quite frankly, and I get something that is susceptible to humidity, something that I've got to put together and spend a lot of time on, quite frankly. It's not going to last as long. These will last. I can tell you, I've got origami pieces at this point, Callie, that are more than a decade old.
Me too.
And they still look amazing. That's origami quality, right?
And mine too, Lou. I mean, I have the original, the very first that we ever offered, still from over a dozen years ago. It hasn't bowed or it's just an incredible, almost indestructible product. And again, you'll have it forever. You don't leave it behind if you move, or you decide this year I want to use it out on the patio and put all my plants or my herbs. Next season, I'm going to pull it in. I'm going to put some of my holiday decor on it. Maybe I'll use it in the office for my printer and my reams of paper and all my office supplies. It is the options are unending, which I love because you don't have to make a decision right now. The only thing you do need to know is you're saving $30 by doing it today with the reduced shipping and our sale price. And we've got this on the 5th Flex. So it's only $21.99 or even less with an HSN card. So here's your black, here's your platinum, or your metallic silver, very limited. White, here's your metallic gold, and the most limited of all now. We've got a little more than 200 in the vintage bronze. The item is 746806. A big thanks to Lou for joining us today.
Very welcome, everybody. Have a wonderful Saturday. Enjoy.
You too. You too. Continue ordering. This is an awesome product. By the way, I'll be coming up in about 20 minutes with our today's special from HP. Very excited about it. The most RAM we've ever done, at least that I've ever done. So